Hello, and welcome to my channel, where I taste and rank different types of alcoholic beverages. Today I'll be tasting 12 different styles of Mexican lagers, specifically 6 from Mexico and 6 crafted in the United States. This taste and ranking is strictly my opinion, so there is no right or wrong answers, just what I believe where I would rank these guys based off the taste. With that said, let's get started. Alright, so here is my list right here. So first off, I'm actually going to try the Mexican style beers for Mexico. And then I'm going to transfer over to the American styles. So the first one I have is Pacifico. Right here. And a lot of these are going to be name brand items that you guys have probably seen before. Pacifico is 4.4% alcohol. So a lot of these are guys are going to be around 4.4, 4.5%. The two highest one today will be about 5.5%. Both of them are American craft Mexican style. But here's the first one for Pacifico. Color on that. Again, with lagers, typically they are very smooth, easy drinking, not much flavor going on, no hops at all. Just easy drinking. And for Pacifico, it's quite easy drinking actually. It's not bad at all. Now, again, some of these I've had before, some that I haven't had in a while. Pacifico is definitely one of the ones I have not had in a while. This was actually very crushable. I really did enjoy this one. I think a lot of people will enjoy this one too if you guys enjoy drinking lager style beers. This one I actually give an A. I actually definitely like this one a lot. It's very crisp, very clean. No real bitterness to it. A little bit of sweetness, which is not bad. Overall, it's actually very delicious. I definitely could drink this one a lot. Right, moving on, I have next is Dos Equis. Right there. Dos Equis is not that bad as well. Lot less flavorful for a lager. Very bland, not too much going on with it. As most people would say, if you're drinking like just water, I think Dos Equis is definitely more of a water type. Again, it's not bad. Definitely, if I'm looking for something more of a, more character to it, I think Pacifico beats it out. This one I'm giving it rank it a C. I mean, again, not much flavor. This just tastes like water to me. Wasn't really anything special going on with it. So yeah, C for me. Next I have is Corona. I understand why people want to put lime on it and salt. It's to mask the flavor. Flavor on this is definitely not good at all. Yeah, the smell on it is also not great. People do enjoy it, but then if you drink this alone on its own, it's not that great. When people do drink this, they always say get a lime, put some salt in it. That definitely helps enhance the flavor by just adding the limes and salt. But drinking this on its own, definitely not worth it. It's just too much going on. There's bitterness. There's an aftertaste. Just not that great. Again, it's not crisp, not clean. This one I give it an E. Again, it's not undrinkable, so I wouldn't give it F, but definitely not one of the top contenders for Mexican lager. Next I have is Bohemia. This is a 4.7% alcohol. What's that? This one is more of a really traditional, almost like an ale, like an actual beer style. It's not bad. It's very crisp, very clean, but it has a little hoppiness to it. Typically, it shouldn't have any of that, but it does. The hoppiness is just gives it a little more bitterness. Again, it isn't bad. It's actually very approachable for my style if I'm drinking an ale. But if I were to drink this, I wouldn't expect this at all. Overall, I give this one a C as well. I definitely enjoyed it. That bitterness and that hoppiness towards the end of it was quite a surprise. But it wasn't clean though. I expect for a lager especially to be very clean and easy drinking, with the tad flavorfulness like the Pacifico did. Again, it wasn't bad though. Again, definitely someone who's looking for a little bit more hoppy lager. Bohemia actually does the job. Moving on. Actually, I want to try one other one part of that one. I'll try Modelo first. That. This is 4.4% alcohol. Modelo is very similar to Corona, but slightly better. Nose on it is not as bad as Corona, where Corona you can actually smell that it doesn't taste. It smells like what it tastes like. Again, Modelo just has a ton of bitterness to it. Again, it's not bad. Like it has a bitterness touch to the taste once it hits your tongue, and then just disappears and drinks pretty smoothly after that. So as long as you get past the first initial taste, everything else is fine. But overall, wasn't as bad as Corona, so I give it a D. Alright, so the other one that's a Mexican lager. This one is a craft Mexican lager, actually made in Mexico. This is called Colimita from a brewery called Colima. So while the other five that we tried earlier are all, big guys, this one's a smaller brewery in Mexico. So you consider this a craft Mexican brewery. Color on this is very a little cloudy compared to the others. Much like to the Bohemia, this one has a lot more flavor to it. A little bit of bitterness. This almost tastes like it has like lime already in it. .4% alcohol on it as well. Again, it's not bad for being a craft Mexican brewery, making a craft Mexican lager. It's quite different though. For me, I'd probably rank this guy. I'd probably rank it as a C. Again, it wasn't the most enjoyable, just because it did have a little, slight bitterness. Wasn't crisp, wasn't clean. A little bit of hoppiness. Not something I would expect for a lager, a Mexican lager type, or just a lager in general. Again, lager should be just crisp, easy drinking. So not my most favorite, but yeah, give it a C. Moving on, get into the American styles. First one is going to be Firestone 805 Cerveza out of Paso, California. Ooh, excuse me. There's that. It's not too bad. It's not a very enjoyable. It does have a little bitterness to it. This reminds me of the Bohemia, but with a lighter bitterness. Like the hops towards the end. Like I said, taste-wise, once it hits your tongue, very smooth, but when it finishes, it has that tad bit of hops. And it's not too bad, not great. This one I also give it a C as well. Next I have is Alesmith out of San Diego, California. This is going to be their Sublime Mexican Lager. Actually, this was done in collaboration with the band Sublime. And I believe this is also one of the higher ABVs. 5.2, yes. This is one of the 2 higher ABVs. Mexican lager I'll have today. That's the color. This one tastes more like an American lager than a Mexican lager. Very similar to like a Budweiser or something. It's not bad actually. I do actually really enjoy this. So far, it's actually one of the cleaner of the lagers. Again, there's no real bitterness to it. A little bit malty, a little bit of sweetness. But overall, it drinks very smoothly. This one I'm gonna have to give it a B. Yeah, I actually did enjoy this right below the Pacifico. But so far, I think Pacifico is just is the most tastiest one I've had so far. Alright, next I have is Bootlegger El Chango out of Fullerton, California. I believe this is the one that's the highest ABV. Yeah, 5.3% alcohol. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, very, very hazy in color. Whoa. I don't know if this is bad or it's supposed to taste like that, but it is very sour. Yeah, I think this is a bad beer. I'm not going to drink this one. If I'm going to give it anything, unfortunately, I'm going to give it F. If this is what it tastes like. I think I got a bad batch. This says it was brewed in last year, which is not good at all. Double check it, make sure I read it right. Oh, sorry, no, this is this year, February. So I might actually be right. This is February of 14th of 2022. Nowhere on here says that's supposed to be sour at all. It just is Mexican American style lager, but it has a huge amount of sourness to it, which I don't know if that's correct for the Mexican style lager, but I don't think it is, so I'm gonna rank it an F. If anyone else tries this, let me know. Definitely don't think this should have sourness to it though. So next one is Southnorte Senor Mexican style lager out of San Diego, California as well. clear. Wow, this one's interesting. I actually enjoy this one a lot as well. This is on a different style approach. This is more maltier than anything. The maltiness gives it a little bit more sweetness to it, which is not bad. But it finishes very smoothly, so it's actually easy drinking. This one I'm going to give it a B. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that one. The maltiness threw me back a little bit, but then the maltiness actually did bring out a lot of that flavor of the beer, of the sweetness. But then it was a little bit too sweet for me. Sorry, not for me, but for the style. Again, because most of the time for lagers, you don't get that much sweetness. Usually a very hint of sweetness. This one just full-blown malty sweetness to it that came out for being what it was. But again, it wasn't bad though. It was actually very enjoyable, so I give it a B. Next is Golden Road Golden State Cerveza out of LA. Very nice clear color. This was very good. I think they nailed this one on the spot. Very smooth, very easy drinking. It's hard to say a lot about this. It's so easy drinking, so good. I'm going back for another pour. For keeping true to its name, it's definitely more of that Mexican style lager. Very easy drinking, little bit of sweetness. Very similar to the Pacifico, but if anything compared to the Pacifico, this is a lot smoother than Pacifico. This one I'm going to give it an S. It's actually very good. I enjoyed this a lot. Very crisp, very easy drinking. It's just fantastic. Yep, sticking with the S. Moving on to the last one. All right, last one I have is Stone Buenaveza. Mexican lager. This is a salt and lime added with it as well. So we'll see how this is. Wow. You get that salt and lime taste, what it says on there? That's very prominent. It's in there. You can taste it, especially the lime. Surprisingly, it's not bad. It's actually really good. I actually do enjoy this. If you don't like salt or lime in your beer, that may not be for you, but I definitely enjoy it in my Mexican lagers when I do have it in there. This one, I feel like this one's an A as well, up to with the Pacifico. I definitely enjoy it. I think it's a good beer. It's honestly a good beer. They did a good job. Quite surprised for them. Alrighty, so this is my list. What do you guys think? Where would you guys have ranked these if you guys had these before? If there's anything else you guys would like me to try, leave a comment. Let me know. Thank you for watching, and cheers.